What is up, Renaissance crew? I'm the original Renaissance man, Devon DaVinci, and you're watching DaVinci Reacts. Today I'm going to be reacting to Tim Minchin, Woody Allen Jesus. I just got done doing a Bo Burnham video, so this is probably the first time I've ever done Bo Burnham and Tim Minchin in the same video. Now, I know a lot of people have said that Bo Burnham is kind of like inspired by Tim Minchin. He is, Tim Minchin was the original, I don't want to say the original, but he was a musical comedian before Bo Burnham was. And I've heard that he's kind of moved more towards music and acting as of just straight up comedy now. He's getting more into the legit forms of music. And Bo Burnham, he still does the comedy music, and he is killing it. I do enjoy watching his videos, especially his deliveries. They tend to be very funny. Before I get into this video, I just wanted to clarify something real quick. At the end of my Bo Burnham video, I was talking about fake news and the difference between fake news and biased news and news with a narrative driving it, and why most of the time when people say fake news, they don't, like, it's not necessarily fake, it's just that it's biased, but some people take that and claim fake news. I did forget one key thing. News you see on the internet. So when it comes to like Facebook memes and things like that, just because something has a picture on it and words on, like, in text over the picture, doesn't automatically mean it's true. A lot of those things tend to be very, very false. For example, I'm a big fan of Michael Jordan, huge fan, but he does get this reputation online of not supporting black communities and things like that. And part of this is like, there's urban legend that he supposedly finances prisons and things like that. But the thing is, the people that claim this never bother to actually look it up and see if it's actually true. They only see a meme that says that he did it, and then they go, oh, well, he did it. But I actually looked into it, and Snopes.com did research behind it, and they came up with the conclusion that the person that supposedly finances the prisons, Michael Jordan, is a completely different person. They have the same name, but it's a different person. And people just take that, or I guess someone took that and just saw, oh, Michael Jordan finances prisons. And then now people associate that with the basketball player, and he's gained this reputation, despite the fact that never once did someone actually look into it and verify if that story is true. Now, if you want to talk about the shoes and everything else, that's a different argument. You can go ahead and have a discussion about that, but that's for a whole nother video. Anyway, this video is Tim Minchin, Woody Allen Jesus. Let's go ahead and jump into it and see what it has to offer. It is almost 4:20. That's how long the video is, almost 4:20.
Jesus was a Jewish philosopher, had a lot of nice ideas about our existential fears, much admired by his peers, short and Jewish and quite political, often hesitant and very analytical. Oh, praise be to Jesus, praise be to Woody Allen Jesus, Woody Allen Jesus. Jesus was a great entertainer, doing cool tricks all of the time, turning water into wine, making stormy weather fine. Even now, his stunts confound us. Kinda did what Darren Brown does. Ah, praise be to Jesus. Praise be to Magic Woody Allen Jesus. Magic Woody Allen Jesus. Jesus died but then came back to life, so the Holy Bible said, kinda like in Dawn of the Dead, like a movie by Simon Pegg. Try that these days, you'd have trouble. All of the geeks would try to smack you with a shovel. Ah, praise be to Jesus. Praise be to Magic Woody Allen Zombie Jesus. Magic Woody Allen Zombie Jesus.
He keeps adding these adjectives to it.
Jesus ascended into heaven. He was an incredible guy. Disappeared right into the sky. Not often find fellas that fly. Only once did he use Allen, zombie, superhero, Jesus. Magic Woody Allen, zombie, superhero, Jesus. Jesus' mother gave birth to him without having sex with a dude. No, she could never be that rude. Never even be nude with a dude. Breeding without the opposite gender is commonly known as parthenogenesis. Other animals that don't need males include a lot of lizards, various snails. Praise be to Jesus. Praise be to Magic Woody Allen, zombie, superhero, Komodo dragon, Jesus.
Komodo dragon Jesus.
Jesus can communicate with deceased like psychic Sally. Without the earpiece, Jesus lives forever, which is pretty odd, but not as odd as his Spanish for drinking blood. Jesus is in more than one place at a time, like an electron or Schrödinger's daylight. Jesus pulled up that walking miracle. He was as handy as an amphibious vehicle. Jesus had long hair, bare feet, and a beard. Look, I'm not saying I'm No! I'm not saying that I am Jesus. I'm not saying that I am Jesus. I am Jesus. Praise be to Jesus. Praise be to Woody Allen Jesus. Woody Allen Jesus. Oh, praise
Woody Allen, zombie,
Woody
superhero.
Allen,
Zombie, superhero, Komodo dragon.
telepathic vampire, quantum hovercraft, me, Jesus.
Magical Woody Allen, superhero, zombie, Komodo dragon Jesus. Yeah, that was funny. I love the adjectives he kept adding to it. Like, he would tell a new part of the story and then just like randomly picks up that's associated with it. That was crazy. He does look kind of like Jesus. And every time I've seen him do music, he always has like this light that shines behind him, and it's like an aura. I mean, I'm not saying that he's Jesus, but all I'm saying is that we've been looking for evidence for Jesus for the longest, and Tim Minchin has as much evidence to exist as anyone else. So we have evidence that Tim Minchin exists, and Jesus was a person that had long hair, a beard, and was bald, or not bald, long hair, a beard, and was barefoot. So, I mean, you never saw them in the same room together. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, that's been this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. I'm trying to think about, because I pretty much tapped out about the religious talk. I don't really know exactly what else to bring up. I mean, we can always talk about the whole arguments about whether or not he existed. I mean, I'm comfortable with the idea that a person described as Jesus existed, maybe even had the same name. I think that Jesus didn't really have a last name. He was just Jesus of Nazareth. That kind of goes into Leonardo da Vinci. The last name is just the location that you were born, not necessarily like a family name. And I was going to say, even if the evidence comes out that there was a person that was named Jesus and he did go around performing miracles, and he did end up dying on the cross, and you can even say that he came back to life after 3 days, that does not necessarily mean that he was God, or he's affiliated with God, or associated with God. All that means is that this was a guy that performed miracles, and then he died and rose, and that's it. That's it. We don't have an explanation for why he did it. That's just all we know. Usually when it comes to like arguments and debates and things like that, you only go as far as what the evidence presents itself. And like I said, if something were to happen, that doesn't necessarily mean that something else is the cause. Like, you don't know the cause of it, you just know that it happened. If If there was an explosion in my room right now, all we know as far as evidence is there was an explosion in my room. Now, the reason behind it, it'd be one thing, like, let's put it this way. Let's say somebody came up to me and said, "Oh yeah, you know what? God is going to cause an explosion in your room, and it's going to, and your room's going to explode, like blow up, and it's going to be God." Okay, let's say I say, "Okay, whatever. Please get out of my face." So I go somewhere, hopefully not in the room, and then the room explodes. Now, does that mean that it was actually God? No, that just means my room exploded. That's it. That's as far as the evidence presents itself. There could be millions of causes for why my room exploded. Maybe there was a gas leak. Maybe there was some type of explosive device in my room. Maybe that person could have put an explosive device in my room. Like, there's millions of things that you can present before we get to something that doesn't even have evidence to be an option yet. Like, we don't even have evidence that a God exists. So we have to answer that question first before we can get into the questions of, okay, well, what did they cause? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you say, oh, well, God did this. Okay, well, first we have to determine there's an actual God. Because you can literally just say, oh, well, Santa Claus caused that explosion. Okay, well, first we have to come up with evidence that there is a Santa Claus. And then, after that, then we can go ahead and go into that discussion. Oh my God, I'm sorry for anybody that happened to have watched this and happens to be young. Santa Claus does exist. We have evidence for him. And he will be visiting you in a few days if you happen to be a good boy. And if you're not a good boy, then he'll come into your house with like a knife or something, and it'll be a completely different story. I trust me, that cold stuff is just something that your parents tell you to help you sleep at night. If you knew what Santa Claus was really like, you would not get no sleep on Christmas Eve. Anyway, that's been this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. I'm going to go ahead and move on to something else. I'm going to try to do a try not to laugh challenge. Now that I'm kind of in a giddy mood, I want to try to get a try not to laugh challenge and see if I could pass it, goddammit. And remember, my try not to laugh challenges are all try not to laugh or grin, even if the video is just to try not to laugh, because sometimes the laugh ones tend to be harder than the laugh or grin ones. So I take the laugh ones too, and I turn them into try not to grins because I'm hard like that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move on. I'm the original Renaissance man, Devon DaVinci. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. And I'm signing out. Deuces.